Imagine losing billions in market value in less than 24 hours. Imagine seeing the whole world accusing you of manipulating democracies. And now, imagine being in the boardroom where the largest social network in history almost went bankrupt because of something that no one on the outside knows about to this day. What happened in there isn't in the books, it wasn't on TV. But today, you're going to enter that room and find out what Facebook tried to hide from the world. It was March 2018. The world was watching in disbelief. The Cambridge Analytica scandal exploded into headlines, revealing that data from more than 87 million users had been used to manipulate elections. But while this was happening, at Facebook HQ in California, a group of executives entered a soundproof room. Inside, panic, accusations, screams. One of the directors even said, "If this gets out, we won't just lose the company, we'll go to jail." Why were they so afraid? What did they know that the world didn't already? No. Before we continue, if this story has already made you rethink the power of social media, so leave a like and subscribe to the channel, because here we expose what billionaires try to hide. And understanding these stories can change your outlook on the business world forever. The atmosphere was warlike. Zuckerberg was silent. Digital security executives threatened to resign en masse. One of them opened his laptop, connected it to a projector and said, "This is the report that can never leave this room." It contained the names of the companies that paid to use the leaked data. There were screenshots of internal conversations proving that Facebook knew everything. And worse, it took months to act. The strategy, a war operation. Meetings with lawyers, coordination of meticulously rehearsed public statements, deleted messages, internal emails with orders to avoid words like leak, blame, or crime. Zuckerberg had an emotional breakdown that week, not for fear of losing money, but for realizing that he was about to lose something bigger, control of his own empire. That Facebook meeting room looked like a scene from a movie. The blinds were closed. Security guards were outside. No one was allowed in. Inside were the most powerful names in the company. Sheryl Sandberg, number 2, the legal director, the head of security, the company's political strategist, and in the corner, Mark Zuckerberg, red-eyed, staring into space. One of the executives broke the silence. "The question is no longer if we will be investigated, it's when." Another, "Completed, and how much will we pay for not telling the truth?" Internal documents showed that, months before the scandal came to light, Facebook engineers had already warned there is strange data collection behavior by third-party apps. A 2015 email copied to Zuckerberg said, "We're allowing companies to mine data at scale. This could be a serious legal issue." The answer came into words, "We will monitor." Monitor. They knew, and they let it happen. At that meeting, a confidential document was projected on the screen. 22 pages. Name, K-Red report. A snapshot of interactions between Cambridge Analytica and user data. Names of politicians. Countries involved. Dates. Contract values. Scopes of influence. Executive 1 rebuild. This isn't just a violation of privacy. This is manipulation on a global scale. Zuckerberg reconstructed. Tense, "If this document leaks, Facebook dies." Sandler legal. Cold, "We need to decide now. Deliver part of the truth, or cover your tracks and buy time." The plan was given an internal name. Operation Shadow. Stages. Emergency review of sensitive emails. Writing a public statement with ambiguous language. Contact with political allies and key shareholders. And most shocking, direct instruction to use narrative diverters. Yes, they paid media agencies to plant parallel stories in the media. Articles about fake news in Russia. Stories about privacy at Apple. Meanwhile, the algorithm was adjusted to favor these news stories. An employee in the room said, on condition of anonymity, that Mark Zuckerberg had a meltdown that night. He threw a glass against the wall. He said he was losing everything. He cried. He asked to be left alone. The next day, he appeared in front of the American Congress. Impeccable clothing, expressionless face, calculated responses, as if nothing had happened. Zuckerberg real audio, Congress, Senator, we sell ads. The room where everything happened was renovated months later. They changed the furniture, the lights, as if it were possible to erase memory from a place where the fate of billions of people was decided by half a dozen executives, in silence, in the dark. No witnesses. If this video made you see the hidden side of tech giants, the next one on the playlist will show you how Elon Musk survived the brink of bankruptcy and became the most powerful man of the new era. See you there, because here, the truth has no algorithm.x. Now that you know what happened, stop and think for a second. What if the problem was never Facebook? What if the problem is our relationship with power, with the truth, with the illusion that we are in control? The truth is Facebook only survived that crisis because I knew what you value: your time, your attention, his indignation. They don't sell data, they sell you. And that raises a question no one wants to ask. How many decisions in your life have been made by algorithms and not by you? What do you think you believe may have been programmed? What do you think is opinion, maybe influence? And while we fight over politics, football, or ideology, there are people in rooms like that, deciding the future of humanity, with a cup of coffee in hand and a crisis containment plan on the other. Imagine a gigantic glass aquarium. Inside, billions of fish, swimming, agitated, believing they are free. But outside, there is someone who decides when to change the water, when to put food, when to turn off the lights. This is the internet. This is the digital world. And we are the fish. What happened in that meeting room was not just a scandal. It was a mirror. That shows who we are when no one is looking, which shows how far someone can go when they realize that the world's attention is worth more than oil. The question now is not what did Facebook hide, but what are you willing to see from now on? If you've made it this far, it was not by chance. You are part of a rare group, the group of those who see beyond the surface, of those who understand that behind every scandal, there's a much bigger power play than it seems. The video you just watched, it's not just a story about Facebook. It's a warning about how the world really works. And if this impacted you, the next video will show you how Elon Musk silently manipulated chaos to become the most powerful man of the new era. An invisible game of chess. We're going bankrupt is just another move. Click on the next video in the playlist, because here, we don't consume content. We decipher the system, and this story made sense to you. Comment "I see the game" below. That way I'll know who's really awake and who is still swimming in the aquarium. See you in the next video. And remember, ignorance is comfortable, but consciousness is power.